I first learned of the Christian Academy of Guatemala through international adoption, going through the process of adopting our son Zachary. During that time, we had an opportunity to go and visit the Christian Academy of Guatemala. Both my wife and I just came away from that experience just really excited. It was an incredible group of people, the parents, the students, teachers, all there together, just in a spirit-filled community. So both my wife and I felt at that time that, you know, this is a place we'd love to come and serve sometime. My role at the Christian Academy of Guatemala is as the principal. I've been blessed to have had experience in educational administration. I formally am responsible for student learning, the teaching in the classroom, and professional development. In everything we do, we really try to glorify God with our actions. We've got some incredible kids with incredible gifts, and it's part of our role to help give those kids an opportunity to develop those gifts. Last night at our spring concert, it was the singing, it was the artwork, it was the dance, just any and everything we could creatively through the creative arts to share God's glory through those kids. One of the things we really try to strive for is to make sure that all our students have the same opportunities that students in the States have, so that they don't feel like they're missing out on anything by being a part of the ministry, their parents' or family's ministry here in Guatemala. To make sure they have those same opportunities, yet also realize that they have a special role to play in God's work as well. That many times we've shared, you know what, have you ever thought that it's you that God has called as well as your parents? And so both roles, one to not let them miss out on opportunities, but also to share their own worth in Christ's work. As far as our sports, we do offer sports in primarily middle and high school, and then some elementary programs, depending on what teachers or parents have as far as what they're willing to share. We have basketball, volleyball, and football, or more likely we could say soccer. All of our academics are taught through a Christian worldview. What we try to do is just share that, you know, all knowledge, all classes come from God, and it ties us in closer to Him by learning more about His world and how He operates. So whether it's the sciences, math, English, they're all tied in some way to God and His purpose and how we can fulfill that. And so that's how we try to share it through our teachers who have a Christian heart themselves. Our mission is to provide a quality education to develop Christian leaders. We definitely work hard to provide a quality education. We're an accredited school through major accrediting organizations, so that our students are able to then matriculate into other schools or even colleges. We're very proud of our students and their performances, test-wise, and how they compare to other students in the States. Privileged to be serving at a school where we have a lot of diverse students, from North Americans to Koreans to Guatemalans. It just has somewhat of a melting pot where our students have multi-languages, multicultural experiences, which help them to experience and face a world that is becoming so much more close and small. Discipleship is sharing with students on a very personal and practical way. We've been very fortunate to have parents as well as teachers be discipleship leaders that take on a small group of students, either usually by grade level, boys or girls, and be able to just share their hearts together. What does Christ mean, and how it plays out with Christ in a personal way. Because academically in Bible class, we can share the Bible, we can teach it, but to actually put it into practice. We share love, but now let's see how we actually go out and show it, to do it. And that's where our discipleship groups will go out and do their service projects, develop a relationship with some kind of a project or organization which they can truly share God's love. To support the Christian Academy of Guatemala would deal with time, talent, or tithe. There's an incredible amount of need regardless of who you are or what you do. You could give of your time to come and serve as could be a teacher, could be as a mentor, a discipleship leader. Your talents, there's many things that could be done with things that you have of your talents that could share, as well as tithe. God has blessed some that have the means to be able to financially help and share with our organization. I do what I do to serve God. I truly think that this is where He has called me to be able to use my talents, to use my time, and it feels good to be in a place where I truly think this is where He wants me to be, and to try to glorify Him with all my actions. It'd be great to have you explore a little bit more about what we do at the Christian Academy of Guatemala. We do have a website, www.christacadguate.org, where we have other information and links that would be able to help you learn a little bit more about us. I feel very proud to be serving at the Christian Academy of Guatemala, where we are able to support many families that would not be able to do their ministry around Guatemala without having the school. There have been instances where I've had parents come to me upset, sharing that, you know, God's called me and called us to do this ministry here in Guatemala, yet here my kids aren't able to get their needs fulfilled, their school. What am I going to do? Well, that's the purpose of our school, is to be able to provide that education for their children to allow them to continue to work and do the ministry God's called them to do in Guatemala.